Do you feel confused about what foods your body needs to function at its best? Well, you're not alone. Making the right dietary choice is a struggle for most people. You know, the occasional takeaway meals, crash diets, and overeating. All these things can make us feel anxious about our weight, our health. So look, I don't want you to worry about a thing because today I'm going to show you how your metabolism works so you'll be on the right path to weight loss and better health. So what is metabolism? Your metabolism sums up all the chemical reactions your body does. And for the sake of simplifying information for you today in this video, we're focusing on the reactions that turn food into energy. So every time you eat and drink, enzymes in your body break down food and turn it into energy. And this energy keeps you going throughout the day. And there's factors such as your gender, your genes, your age, and body size play specific roles in the speed of your metabolism. For example, those who have more muscles tend to have a faster metabolism than those who have more fat. And this is because muscle cells require more energy to maintain themselves than fat cells do. So let's take all the mystique out of the terms. Let's just pull back the curtain that the experts tend to bounce around when they're talking about metabolism. And let's make this whole thing really easy for you to understand and even easier for you to implement. You often hear of basal metabolic rate or BMR. The basal metabolic rate is the minimum amount of energy your body needs to continue functioning normally while you're resting, like sitting down or just not doing anything. When you have a high BMR, your body needs more energy to work. If your BMR is low, that means your body can function on using low amounts of energy. So when you take in more calories than your body needs to function, the energy you don't use gets stored away as, get this, fat. Now that we understand the concepts of metabolism and BMR, we can now talk about, and I want to talk about, how to speed up your metabolism. But before I go there, let's talk about things that will slow your metabolism. Age. As people get older, their metabolism naturally slows down due to a plethora of reasons. The first and most obvious factor is that people tend to be less active with age. And exercise typically utilizes anywhere between 15 and 30% of your calories burned daily. But if you don't exercise as much as you used to, this will significantly slow down your metabolism. Luckily, there's a simple solution to this problem, and all it takes is getting out and exercising. A great start could be something as simple as early morning walks before breakfast. Another problem, additionally, as we get older, we are likely to lose some of our muscle tissue and gain more fat tissue. The average adult loses anywhere between 3 and 8% of muscle during each decade after 30. But don't get too depressed, because this whole process can be delayed with exercise. However, it is a natural part of our aging, so counteracting the metabolic slowing of muscle loss can be achieved by exercising even a little bit more. For example, take the stairs, try walking meters, take a walk after dinner, and so on and so forth. Also, the great thing about exercise is that your metabolism continues to burn energy hours long after your workout. Frequency of diets. When you diet, or if you've been on diets in the past, you slow down your metabolism. This is because when you go on low-calorie diets for some period, your body adjusts to the lack of calories by slowing down your metabolism. And so as you can imagine, this becomes a problem when you stop the diet and begin eating the same foods and the same amount of foods you were before this diet. Also, the frequency of diets has a significant effect on your metabolism. The longer and more often you dieted, the more likely that you have slowed down your metabolism. If you ever look at these weight loss shows, they always make weight loss look so great and dramatic, and we all think, wow, how did they lose all that weight? But what's actually happened is when these guys start losing the weight, they begin significantly slowing down their metabolism. And this means that after the show, many or most of these people gain the weight right back. So to conclude, if you dieted many years or many times, then chances are your metabolism is very slow. If you've never dieted, chances are your metabolism is a lot faster. Get a good night's sleep. Like many problems, not getting good quality sleep can significantly affect your metabolism. The best investment you can make, bar none, is a great mattress and a great pillow. You need both mattress and pillow. They have to be great for optimal sleep. Specifically, the lack of sleep is associated with a significant increase in a risk of obesity. And this could be caused in part by the harmful effects of sleep deprivation on metabolism. For example, lack of sleep has been linked by research to increased blood sugar levels and insulin resistance. And both of these are connected to a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Not getting enough sleep has been shown to increase the hunger hormone ghrelin while decrease the fullness hormone leptin. And these hormones could explain why so many sleep-deprived people feel hungry and always struggle to lose weight. So make sure you get at least 9 hours of sleep a night, and make sure your sleep is a high quality sleep, which can only be achieved with a great mattress and a great pillow. And sleep is something I mention a lot because I really feel it's vital for getting your health right. If you have any problems with sleep or insomnia, make sure you click the top right link in the corner here. Also, I have a free sleep checklist, which you can find in the description down below. Stress. Stress can be in the form of physical, chemical, or emotional. For the duration of the stress, cortisol can quickly take over your different hormones in your body. If I'm losing you here, think of cortisol as nature's integral alarm system. It's your body's primary stress hormone, and it works with certain parts of your brain to control your mood, your motivation, and your fear. And cortisol is made from your adrenal glands, which are these triangular-shaped organs at the top of your kidneys. And these organs produce cortisol. So this is a good thing, except when your norepinephrine reserve is depleted and the proverbial brakes are applied to your body's metabolism. Now, norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter and acts to increase your blood glucose levels and levels of circulating free fatty acids. But a bigger problem is that when the norepinephrine levels are low, your insulin pours in. Growth hormones. The anterior pituitary up here mostly secretes a growth hormone, which is a peptide hormone. And thinking back to organic chemistry, peptides are linear molecules, linear amino acids or proteins. And these hormones have an effect on metabolism by suppressing the glucose uptake and the oxidation, and much worse, encourages, number one, the production of glucose, number two, the formation of glycogen to glucose, and number three, the breakdown of fats. Protein. Protein doesn't necessarily spike glucose. We typically look at the glycemic index, and I'm sure you've heard of this. It's a relative rating of carbohydrates in foods that triggers the blood glucose levels. For example, carbohydrates with a low glycemic index are more slowly digested, absorbed, metabolized, and cause a lower and slower rise in the blood glucose levels and insulin levels, both. But more importantly, I think we'd be better served by looking at the food insulin index. And this is because other factors don't increase glucose, but they will increase your insulin levels. And so over the years, I've heard so many people tell me, God, I'm eating everything right, I'm on this diet, I'm eating organic, I don't take sugars, I don't take carbs, I don't take alcohol, and so forth, and they still cannot lose weight. Well, here's the solution. You need to incorporate the food insulin index to your regime. The food insulin index ranges from 0 to 100 and represents how much insulin your body releases after 2 hours of eating a particular food. The index can help you identify the foods that are likely to minimize your lifetime insulin secretion, and it is an excellent thing for metabolic flexibility. It's also great for your health, and more important, it's great for your longevity. The point I'm attempting to make here is that it might not just be the sugar and carbs causing all the problems. I know they're trending right now. There could be other factors playing here, such as hormones, which we didn't get into this video, or proteins, which I'm talking about now. And so when we look at the different types of proteins in this insulin index, and I'm showing you the diagram right here, I want you to look at the difference between, for example, butter and potatoes. Butter's at 2% and it increases insulin just a wee bit. And that goes as well for most fats. There's almost no insulin trigger with most fats, unless of course you eat those non-fat items you buy at health food shops. And these non-fat items spike your insulin because they lose the insulin buffer and the protein is higher. Therefore, you ultimately get more insulin. And by the way, this goes for all the non-fat or low-fat items you buy. They all create insulin problems for you. So you need those fats and you need that buffer. So let's look at potatoes. They are at 121. Some of you may be what's on trending right now, a ketogenic diet. And if you are, good for you. I accept that in ketosis, you are burning your fat. But I would still recommend not to be afraid of consuming these whole fats because they are very low in the insulin index and they aid in buffering your insulin levels. And besides all that, they are beneficial to your body. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helped. I realize I'm just merely scratching the surface of this and there's going to be a lot more information coming your way. If you like this video, if you like this kind of video, please give us a thumbs up. That really does help us. And also please subscribe and hit that little bell. I'll see you at the next video.